Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Vinyl Hazard. I am Daniel, and you might notice that I am sitting a little bit differently than I usually do. And that is because I have a super update today. So, right before me is a table, and at the table there are 21 records, I think, and 2 Blu-rays. I thought that should I split this up into several parts, and I just figured, just going to blast through what I have bought during the recent weeks here. So, with that said, I'm going to just blow through these. Not going to focus too much on individual albums, but let's go. First one, a candidate for, I sort of know that this is going to be, probably if nothing earth-shattering is happening, this is going to be on my top 10 list at the end of the year. And that is Dutch band Bütcher with their very cool titled album 666 Goats Carry My Chariot. That's a mouthful. Awesome speed thrash metal. This album came out a couple of months ago, I think. It's their first full-length album, and this was on this lovely, brownish, orange color. You are doing yourself a disservice if you do not listen a bit to this band. If you're into thrash speed metal, this might be the best speed metal band this year. Actually, I think anyway. Check them out. Bütcher with they have the German U, which sounds like Y. So Bütcher, I think, is the technical term. But if you're going to type it in to a search window, don't forget the double dots over the U. 666 goats carry my chariot. So, next one. Been buying a little bit of Saxon also. This is Killing Grounds. Not much to say about it, really. It's one of their middle albums from 2001, I believe it is. On red vinyl also. This is on 180 gram vinyl. And here are the inner sleeve with Biff and the guys. Pretty cool album, perhaps some people obviously, some people, I'm generalizing. No, but it might be one of those albums that are easily forgotten, along with, Saxon's discography is just, what are they up to now? Is 21, 22 albums, something like this. And this, I don't know, this is their 15, 16th album, perhaps 17, who knows, really. But anyway, this complements my Saxon collection a bit. So, I like this album, actually. And I just have to dig a little bit. I do have another Saxon album here. Actually, I have 2 more Saxon albums. And that is Sacrifice, is one of them. Now, perhaps not their most liked album, Sacrifice. What can I say? It's not their best album. But if you're a Saxon fan, obviously you need to own their entire discography, no matter if there's one album that you don't particularly like or another. I'm more into the older Saxon album like Denim and Leather and Wings of Steel, those albums. But later albums are also quite cool, actually, I think. Look at this, Mayan Inca-ish symbol. Pretty cool. So yeah, that was Saxon album number 2. Let's see if we can find a third and final one here also. Oh god, there's so many records. Yeah, no, that's not it. Perhaps, oh yeah, it was the very last one, of course. So, here we have the Inner Sanctum. This is, I think this was from 2012, 11? Let's see here. Usually say, no, it's from 2000, no, it can't be from 2016, right? 2016, Demo Music Group. Gotta take a rain check on that, I will see that. But anyway, it's one of the newer albums. So the Inner Sanctum. Picked this up from a Discogs seller. He was the same one who sold me Killing Grounds. I have listened to this a couple of times, have not listened to this vinyl yet though, so I do not know exactly how it sounds. But it's on this purple-ish color. Was basically the only one which was available for a decent price. Naturally, I strive to buy as much black vinyl as possible, basically because I like the color, and also because, like many other people say, it's easier to clean. You can see the dust and everything on it much more clearer than the colored vinyl. Or I mean, if you have like a see-through vinyl, it's like impossible to see any dirt on the record. But I like see-through vinyl, clear vinyl actually. Anyway, that was the Inner Sanctum. Moving on, a Swedish band, Stargazery, and this is their new album, Constellation. They released this year, by the way. Here we have the back with the ship. It's like a sort of heavy metal cosmic themed. Probably obvious with this picture and the name of the band. Let's see. This was on black vinyl, and I think there was an inner sleeve here somewhere. Yes, there it is. No, yeah, right. Sorry, a boohoo from me. They are not Swedish. They are Finnish. Big difference. And you can see that in the name, of course. So sorry about that. Finnish band. And here is the lyrics for Stargazery. So I kind of like the album. It's a traditional like heavy metal with this cosmic theme, not stoner metal, but it foretells the journey of cosmic beings and travelers and stuff like that. So if you're into that sort of thing, give Stargazery a try. And let's see, the next one. Helloween and the Time of the Oath. So is this their third album? No, is it? Shit, I don't remember really. It's from, no, this can't be the third album. Like this album is like from 96, so it must be like can it be like their fifth, sixth, seventh album? I don't know. I think, was it this album that one of their members passed away on? I think so. I think one of their members passed away, and this album was sort of a result of dealing with that, I guess, or at least some of the songs. Like the album though. Perhaps not as much as Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 1 and 2 and Walls of Jericho, but I think it's as a decent. I think it sounds decent. It's something that I could easily have around in the background listening to. And yeah, there it is. And the mystic man, or whatever he is called, with the rings inside his cloak, or the universe inside his cloak. So the time of the oath. Next, we go to Ronnie James Dio territory, and this is an album that should not be a mystery for anyone. Rainbow and Rising. It is an iconic album. Yeah, what to say about it? I don't know what hasn't been said about it. Didn't own this previously, of course. Haven't even owned it on CD. But I think like every song must have like, or rather I probably heard every song on it, like on radio and when I downloaded MP3s in my youth. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, there's mostly just hits on this one. So is this from like 76? Yeah, 76. This is a 2014 repressing. And look, we have Stargazer there, almost Stargazery. Yeah, so Rainbow with Rising. This I think was on black vinyl too, wasn't it? Yeah, yes, it was. Got that for quite a cheap price too, and brand new. Oh, let's see, there we go. Let's move on. And naturally, what would a update be without some Judas Priest? This is also an album which doesn't need any introduction really. Painkiller probably is on the top 3 Judas Priest's album on most people's like top lists of Judas Priest album. The artwork is awesome. The bike and the Iron Angel sort of character. And also, naturally, the Judas Priest mark down there. Melting in the volcanic lava of a destroyed city. Yeah, so what can I say about this album? This is the inner sleeve, by the way. And the artwork again on it. Lyrics on the back. Yeah, it's also one of those albums that like only have hits on it. Do not know what more to say about that really, but geez, can I get this inside, please? Oh, well, no, perhaps not. So yeah, I mean it has like songs Painkiller, Nightcrawler, Metal Meltdown, A Touch of Evil. I mean, yeah, don't know what's much more to say about it. Yeah, it's the like. After this album, I think well, what album was after this? Was it Juggulator? No. I do not remember for the life of me. Was it Juggulator or? I do not remember. But anyway, they switched singer. I mean, Rob Halford was away from the band for, 15 years or something like that. So, let's try this one more time. See if it doesn't go in. Hey, it did. What do you know? So, yeah. There we go. Painkiller. Let's continue. Next we have Sonata Arctica, the Finns, and this is Winterheart's Guild. It's their 3rd studio album. A very lovely gatefold, and here is the back too. Yeah, very good album. I would not say it is as good as Silence, the album which was before it, but a very, very good album indeed. This is the 2017 repressing of it. So, yeah, what can I say more? Let's take a look at the vinyl itself. It's black. And there's, of course, a inner sleeve with lyrics. And, yeah, this... don't remember when this album actually came out. Was it like in 2003, perhaps? 2003, 2004, something like that. Anyway, if you are a fan of power metal, Sonata Arctica is the shit. So check them out if you have not. And this is also another inner sleeve with a very, very happy man in there. In the corner. So let's move on. So shit, have I shown this already? I think I have. Them. I think I have shown this already, right? Anyway, King Diamond, you know what you get with him. So, yeah, I think I've shown this. Yeah, I have. I'm waiting for Conspiracy. I remember that now. So, that goes into the pile that I've shown. All right, let's get through some more. Yeah, let's take two this time. As you know, last update, I showed you a Qüeensryche record. Which I bought at Gotland. Before that, though, I actually purchased two other Qüeensryche album, and that would be these two. Let's see if I can show them all at the same time. Oh, yeah. There we go. So, Qüeensryche, as you know, the first albums are kind of their best ones, really. Here we have the inner, or rather the gatefold with lyrics. And let's see if we can find the actual vinyl record too. Here it is. It is on clear vinyl, this one. So, yeah. Promised Land, I think that came out in 2003, right? Don't remember which in which like this the like fourth or fifth or sixth album or something like that. It's one of the early ones, I think. This is a little bit impromptu. I do not have notes or anything. I cannot brag with being as knowledgeable as my other YouTube colleagues on certain stuff. Yeah. Empire, obviously one of their more known albums, that alongside with Operation Mindcrime, of course. So this, I don't know. Is there anyone else who like is driven nuts by this emblem being so pixelated? I mean, it's probably... it should look like that, but I mean, I don't like that. I don't like the artwork on that. But anyway, here is the gatefold with lyrics and the band members. And of course, and here is the back also. Yeah, I mean, the great hit on this one is probably Silent Lucidity. Slow tempered, awesome, awesome song. But there's a lot of great songs on this one. Let's see what kind of vinyl we got on this. I think this was on clear vinyl too, right? Yes, it was. So, yeah, excellent album. Qüeensryche. I don't think I have anything more here to show. No. Good. Let's get on. Let's get on. And the next one, yeah, let's take this one. So, you know, the best thrash metal album I've heard this year, which actually is not from this year, it's from 2017, but that was Power Trip, Nightmare Logic. And just a day after I listened to that one, I immediately ordered their first album, and that is this one. So, this is Manifest Decimation. And look at that art cover. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So their first album. And this one is from 2012, I believe. Perhaps, is it? No, 2013. So, Power Trip, awesome thrash. If you have not listened to Power Trip, I extremely recommend that you listen to Nightmare Logic, their second album. Or this album also, for that matter, because it is aggressive thrash, which I grew up with, like early Slayer, early Metallica, but even more of an edge to it. I do not even think they should be compared even to Metallica or Slayer. They have like their own sound. Sure, there's a kind of a Slayer, early Slayer worship in it, but I mean, these guys truly know how to make good thrash metal. An awesome picture and lyric sheet, and the vinyl itself was on traditional black. Nice. So do yourself a service, go to YouTube, check out Power Trip, Manifest Decimation or Nightmare Logic, one of them, and listen to your heart content. Heart's content is right. Yeah. Hardly don't want to release this album. Also an album I bought through Discogs, by the way. Was stuck in like my postal office for a month. And the next one, we go back to power metal and Germany. And that is Blind Guardian. One of the few Blind Guardian albums I did not own. I have some on CD too, but not on vinyl. This one I have on CD, but now I have it on vinyl as well, and that is Tales from the Twilight World. This, of course, is the album that starts more or less many of the stories that Blind Guardian have come back to in their albums during the years. Their latest album... Is it the Symphony Orchestra album? I can't remember what it was called. Like, but you know, the latest album features stories taken from this album that began in this album and continues in that album, so to speak. Their last pure album, like the Red Mirror one from 2016 or 17, that one also continues the stories from Tales of the Twilight World. And this album has a little bit of a paper with lyrics in it. Yeah, and let's check out the vinyl also. Some traditional black. So bought this through EMP, as I do most of my album nowadays. There we go. Ooh, let's see, can we get this in? Yes, we can. Awesome. Yeah, an awesome album. I mean, if you know Blind Guardian, you know their style. They're like melodic as hell and orchestral as hell, and this is the one where they go, or their first, like, especially the first album was speed metal, but in this album they more or less transition to a more straightforward power metal sound. Speed metal influences are still there. You can particularly hear it in the drums, but it's more or less power metal at this point. So from power metal, let's go to death metal, melodic death metal. Aphanemer, Aphanemer. I think it's pronounced like that. Aphanemer, Aphanemer. So, who cares? Great album. Prokopton is the name of this album. I think this was released last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2019 on Napalm Records. Yeah. So yeah, this is also melodic death metal. Very, very fast, aggressive, but melodic at the same time. Singer is an awesome dude. His name is Marion Bascoul. Let's give you a little bit of a look at them. Yeah, and Gateful also has the lyrics, of course. I've listened to this album quite a lot. It's on black vinyl also. If you're a fan of melodic death metal, and this is very, very melodic, you should give Aphanemer a try. Really, really like them, and I also think the artwork is kind of cool too. Very stylish, a few colors, but it gets the work done. Yeah. Aphanemer. And, yeah, okay, so, one of the previous updates, I don't think it was the last one, I think it was the update before that. I showed you Redemption. I have both another Redemption album, actually, and that is The Art of Loss, with a spilled wine glass, and very, very white in color. So yeah, Redemption. It's prog metal, you might say. Kind of a slow tempo prog metal, serious sound to it. They can be quite speedy too at sometimes, but it's more of like a prog metal band. So this is a numbered copy, and I think the first album was, or the first vinyl is white, yeah. And the second one, I think, should be red, if I'm not mistaken, and it is. So, a red-white vinyl combination, and there's also a poster in here, which I'm not going to take out because that would take a long time, and we are already at the 27-minute mark. Oof. So it's going to take an hour to upload, and we're not done yet by a long shot. So, yeah, Redemption, really cool band. If you're into like but emotional prog metal, I do not know how to describe it more than that. You should probably check Redemption out. Oh, pretty awesome. And let's take a double feature more here. Oh, yeah. Let's take that one out of the cover. And this one out of the cover. A couple of updates ago, I bought Ambush new album. Thought it was great. Ambush are a Swedish group, Swedish heavy metal group. And I also bought their second and third album. This is their latest album, the third album. Infidel. You can see the poor guy is burning on the cross there. And this one is Desecrator. It's a storm going on there. Desecrator, their second album. It was recorded in... oh. Yeah, I don't know exactly when it was recorded. Usually say here somewhere, huh? Is it Desecrator that is the last album? Also one of the things, if you don't have like your notes ready, you do not know this shit. Anyway, Ambush heavy metal, of course, they are part of the new wave of British heavy metal, but they are Swedish. So this is them on the Desecrator album, and a little bit of a lyric sheet, as we are used to. And the vinyl itself, I think, is on like a translucent greenish. Yeah. This is not a glow in the dark record. Those should be avoided like the plague. So it's just the color. Desecrator, also like an awesome band to just put on in the background when you're doing things, like, you know, it's very listener friendly. And Infidel, I thought this was like their latest record. I think it is. Yeah, it's on High Roller Records, by the way, if you are interested about that. This should be on standard black vinyl, and it is. And do we have anything else in here? Yeah, now we have a little bit of an inner sleeve. Well, not inner sleeve, actually, just a bit of paper with lyrics and stuff on it. Yeah. Infidel. I really like this resurgence of new heavy metal bands. I mean, Sweden is just boiling over with these kind of bands right now. It's like insane how many there actually are. And Ambush is a part of that. So now I own all the 3 Ambush albums that are currently released. Now, let's go to something more current. Well, Ambush is current. But something perhaps even more current, and that is Paradise Lost. With their album Obsidian. Oh yeah, just look at that album cover too. Awesome album cover. And here we have the track list also. So this album is from this year. And yeah, what can you say about Paradise Lost? I haven't actually listened too much to Paradise Lost. So they have this like doomy dark feeling in their songs. Oh, Christ, can I get this out? Oh, there we go. Here we have a little bit of a booklet or folder, actually, with lyrics and lovely artwork to both. Really like this album. I began to listen to it in the car on my way from Gotland, and really liked what I heard, so I ordered it immediately and actually picked it up today. So I'm going to spin this tonight and listen more to it. It might even be a candidate for the top 10 at the end of the year. That good it is. Some Nuclear Blast 2. And speaking of things I listened to in the car when I was driving around on Gotland, this actually just popped up in the Spotify flow, Tanith, and I was immediately hooked by the first song I listened to. I think it probably was perhaps Wings of the Owl, Galantia Part 3, it's one of the songs. Anyway, this is a 70s rock album with a very much, it's like fantasy rock, really. And it is a dual couple, or how do you say? It's a man and a woman who sings together on it. So it's a duet. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. And you can see the band here. This is the only album from my knowledge that they have released, and it came out last year. And I really dig this. It's also on Metal Blade Records. Probably my favorite producers right now. Oh yeah, it has like an enormous poster of the front cover to it. And here are the lyric sheet for that. A little bit of pictures. And this is on black vinyl. Should be at least. Yes, it is. Yeah. Death Forever, it sounds here. High class 70s heavy rock. is the description on it. Can't argue with that. Yeah, check Tanith out. They are like one of the big surprises I've heard this year. So I hope they release more albums in the future, not just this one, because that would be a shame not to listen to more of what they can create. So moving on, we are almost done, and we are at the 35-minute mark too. So, alright. Almost done, almost done. It's like a marathon, this. So, another band which I have discovered recently, and it's a shame really, because they will never put out another album, unfortunately. That is Woods of Ypres, or Ypres, the World War I, World War II forest of France, which housed many like battles. This is their fifth and final record. The singer unfortunately died in a car accident shortly after this album was finished, and it was released just 2 or 3 weeks after he was killed. And apparently, oh yeah, this is Woods 5, Grey Skies and Electric Light. So apparently he was he suffered from depression. The singer, it shines through in this album also. It's like a very, very dark album, very, very doom-esque, very... I mean, if you're sad, you should probably not listen to this album because it will make you sad. But it's a very good album. And the singer, I forgot his name now, shame on me. The singer has a very deep voice. Like, it's almost not like he tells a story more than he actually sings. But I like it. It's like, it fits the theme, sort of. The ending track, Finality, is just a brilliant, brilliant track. Yeah, David Gold was the singer. So if you have not heard the Woods of Ypres, you should give them a try. I know their earlier stuff is more like black metal-ish. Yeah, this is sort of a black metal doomish album too, I guess. Excuse my lack of knowledge if I'm wrong at that. I'm not really good at classifying different genres. All I know is that it is a very good album. And the last album, I have actually two Blu-rays to show you, but I will show them quickly. The last album I have is an album which came out just a few weeks ago, and that is My Dying Bride, with the Ghost of Orion. Look at the classic artwork on this one. So, also a bit of a doomy album. The gatefold has the lyrics, of course. Yeah, My Dying Bride. Anyway, My Dying Bride, they are not really that unknown. They have been around for quite some time. This is the first album I own of them, by the way. Let's see if I can get out. Actually, something gets stuck on the last record. Let's do it like this then. First out with the vinyl and then out with the flimsy paper. Or, god damn, this is really stuck in there. There we go. So, there. My Dying Bride. There's the band members. Yeah. Anyway, just started actually to listen to Ghost of Orion. This is also a candidate really for perhaps my top 10 at the end of the year. It took some time to record this. It was recorded between 2018 and 2019. Yeah, cool. So quite a project, in other words. Black vinyl. Now, we are almost done, and here is the back also, by the way. The last thing I sort of wanted to show you are two Blu-rays. One which I have watched, and that is this one. Some kind of monster. This is like a classic Blu-ray. If you're a fan of Metallica, or if you're not a fan of Metallica, sorry about that, then you should probably look at this anyway. So this is a documentary when their bassist Jason Newsted suddenly left the band. He cited personal issues, and he didn't really had the strength to play with Metallica anymore, and this has been described as looking straight into an open wound. The members of Metallica, Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield and Kirk, they're just arguing and they are fighting amongst themselves, especially Lars and Hetfield. And it's a very good documentary, but also, I mean, there's no like concerts or anything in this. It's just a pure documentary of how things were when they were going to try to create the album after Jason left the band. It's also, you can see like Robert Trujillo, Little Dancing Cloud there, coming in at the end of this documentary. Can really recommend it. It deals also about James Hetfield's alcohol problems. That's obviously known. Right now he has fallen on and off the wagon a couple of times, but fortunately he is back on track right now, and hopefully we will also have a new, perhaps Metallica album coming out, even though many do not like Metallica anymore, but I sort of do. And the last one. This one came today in the post. So, Judas Priest, and this is Battle Cry. Looking forward to look at this one. I haven't watched it yet. So it has like a compilation of like 30 concerts, which they recorded in 2016. And yeah, so that one. Look if there's something. Oh, yeah, a little bit of a booklet in here too. Cool. So, if you have stuck with me to this point, you're a damn hero. Anyway, I hope this wasn't too long for you. I will cut this off right now. I hope you're all well. I do not know when the next update will be, but may the metal gods be with you, my friends, and I will see you in another video. Thank you.